Hello everybody, welcome back to Nick's Algebraics. Today I'm going to talk about something really important in mathematics, and it occurs everywhere. And these are expressions and variables. Before I get into the video, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. So an algebraic expression is just a collection of variables such as x and y and operations such as like adding and subtracting. And they could also include numbers. Variables are symbols for a number we don't know the value of. So for example, in like 10x, we don't know the value of x. That's kind of the point of algebra, to figure out values that are unknown. So it's just an unknown value, and we use a symbol, usually x and y, to represent that. Now a term is just a part of an expression. So if you have 2x plus 5, 2x and 5 are both terms. So 2x is called the variable term because it has a variable in it, x, and 5 is called the constant term because it doesn't have the variable in it. And this entire thing here, that's the expression. Because remember, expression is this collection of variables and operations. This has variables and it has an operation, which is plus. It's adding. Which brings us into factors. So factors are just, in a multiplication expression, are the quantities being multiplied. And the result of those two things being multiplied is called the product. So for example, the factors of 15 are 5 and 3, because 5 times 3 is 15. And the product is 15, because that's the result. And these are, like I said, the factors because they're the quantities being multiplied. And there are many different ways to represent the product of two numbers. So if I want to multiply x and y together, I could just write xy. I could write x with a dot y. I could write x with y in parentheses, or x with y without parentheses, or I could do both in parentheses. Now an expression that takes this form is called a power. And the exponent is this. And what the exponent is, it indicates the number of times the base is used as a factor. So this is the base. Sometimes the word power and exponent are used the same way. They're kind of used interchangeably. So if you have just x, then there's like an invisible exponent of 1 there. So when there's no exponent shown, it's just a 1. And this is read as x to the nth power right here. So if you have something like 6 squared, the exponent is just the number of times you multiply the base. So we're going to multiply it twice. So 1, 2. So it's 6 times 6, which is 36. So now that we understand what expressions are, we're going to get this algebraic expression and turn it into a verbal expression. So we're going to put it into word form. So we have 3 times x to the power of 4. We're multiplying it together. So that's going to be written as simply 3 times x to the 4th power. And that's all you got to do. So this is similar. This is still 5 times z squared, but we have to add 16 to that as well. So this will be 5 times z to the second power, but now we're adding 16 to that, so now it's plus 16. That's it. It's pretty easy. So what if we're going from verbal to writing an algebraic expression? Well, there are some key phrases to look for. So if you see something like more than, plus, added to, or sum, or increased by, that means that you're going to add those two numbers. And when you see the opposite of that, if you see less than, or minus, or subtracted from, then that's going to be subtraction. And if you see product of, or just of, or multiplied by, then that's multiplication. And if you see quotient of and divided by, that's division. So a number t more than 6. So let's put this verbal expression into an algebraic expression. So remember, key phrase is more than, which is addition. Right here, more than. So we're adding t and 6 together. We have 6, and we're going t more than that. So it's 6 plus t. And you could also write it as t plus 6. Either way is acceptable. So this one, 10 less than the product of 7 and f. We have two operations. We have less than, that indicates subtraction, and product is multiplication. So we have 10 less than all this. 10 less than whatever is in this blue bracket I drew. And what that is the product of 7 and f. So it's 10 less than 7f multiplied together. And that's it. 7f minus 10. Next, so now we have 2/3 of the volume V. So of, remember, is multiplication. And that's the only operation for this one. So we have 2/3 times the volume V times V. So that's just 2/3 V. And someone could also write it as, oh, well, 2/3 times V over 1, which is just V, that equals 2V over 3, which is also acceptable. They're the same thing. Now let's do a word problem. Devin purchased some toilet paper that cost D dollars. He paid with a $20 bill. Write an expression for the amount of change he will receive. So if something costs $10 and you're giving a $20 bill, you would do 20 minus 10, and your change would be $10. If something costs $15 and you paid with a 20, then your change would be $5, because 20 minus 15 is 5. So in this case, we don't know how much it costs. It costs D dollars. So we always subtract, so it's going to be 20 minus D. That's the expression. D could be $10 or $15, or it could be 20, since toilet paper is really expensive now, and everybody's hoarding it. And that's it for today's lesson. So I'll be posting a worksheet in description with the solution. And don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, turn on your notifications, and like the video. I will see you soon.